Hi guys, it's the 21st of April 2025. It's an Easter bank holiday weekend. I'm just doing this quick video about this Spray Gen number 77 Kill Quick compression sprayer. AD gave it to me. Thank you, AD. You know who you are. It was cleared out of an old garage. I'm thinking it's probably dating from the late 1960s to the early 70s. I've got a bit more information on the company, which I'll show in a minute and talk to you about in a minute. This is a very basic design. It's quite a nice little design. It's just a plunger inside here, a little spring-loaded valve. It's a bit more basic than the kind of the killer spray and the modern ones we get nowadays. And it has to have like this little bit of a catch to hold the handle in when you pump it up. But it's quite nicely made. It still works. I've given it a bit of a clean up. It was all a bit manky, but I've got it working now. I quite like the handle. It uses like a tap system, like a little on-off tap. Look at that. Just a little tap. It's quite nicely made, all metal construction. The modern ones have like a little sort of button you press, which often falls apart. This is like a definite on-off, and you can kind of regulate the actual flow as well actually, but it's a nice positive turn. It's a bit difficult one-handed while holding the phone, but you can see what I mean. Look, all metal construction. There's a fibre washer there and a bit of knurled bit to take it off to clean it out. Goes on with like an ordinary hose type thing, tighten up. You can see the lance is all metal. The adjuster from a fine spray to a jet is all metal construction. Nicely made bit of kit really. The hose is still alright as well after all those years. It's got to be over 50 years old, well over 50 years old, maybe heading towards 60 years of age. Anyway, there you go. This one is a 8 pints, 4.5 litres, a gallon. Do not overflow this above this line. Connects at the bottom. A lot of the modern ones connect at the top, like a thing up here, but this one connects at the bottom. So you just compress it with that pump, and it obviously creates a compressed air pumped in there, and then it comes out the nozzle. Very simple design. To operate, pump up, giving a maximum of 30 strokes. So Spray Gen Sprayers Limited, 10 to 12 Carver Street, Birmingham. 1 gallon working capacity. So there she is. Let's give her a pump up and I'll show you how she works. Right guys, just a bit more information on the old Spray Gen sprayer. So there's a bit of information I come across there. They were formerly Harris Limited, who were brass founders in Birmingham, where sort of the Industrial Revolution kind of started in the United Kingdom. Birmingham was really the beating heart of British industry. So much stuff was made up in that area in the West Midlands. Incredible area, loads and loads of stuff was built. Lots of the British motorbikes come from the West Midlands, so it really was a beating heart of the British industrial production. Sadly, there's virtually nothing left up there now. There's a good museum up there, but it's all gone. They had made cars up there, they made all sorts of things. They even started making the British Seagull outboard motors, originated somewhere up that way in the West Midlands. But yeah, it's all gone now, but there you go, that gives you a little bit of info. I'll let you read that. I'll hold that on there for a minute. So yeah, there we go. I've also got some of these old books which are really fascinating. They're called the Country Gentlemen's Association General Price books. I've got a few of them here dating from 1950, and the latest one was a 1972 one, 72-73. In here there's some great products. I mean, there's so much stuff in these books. Great little catalogues. I've got a thing on the spray gen. Now that's similar to my model, not identical but very similar. That's a 606 Classic, but I did sort of look in. It does have the similar sort of tap. You can see it on that one there. You can see the tap is very similar. They didn't have the trigger nozzles, they had the taps. And that would have cost you £3.75, which is quite a lot of money back then. And I just saw something else I earmarked in here for any of you like the old lawnmowers and garden machinery. I do rather like this. The Allen Moto Standard Tractor. I believe this is a gut rod, which is the German make. And you could get an 8 horsepower and a 12 horsepower, and you could also get a 14 horsepower petrol or 14 horsepower diesel. I guess that's got the Ferryman diesel engine in. £845. I did a bit of a calculation to get it into modern currency, and that's like nearly £10,000. So that tractor would have cost nearly 10 grand in equivalent currency nowadays. So that's a lot of money. You've got to be pretty wealthy to get one of those. I guess the clue is in the Country Gentlemen's Association. There's some other bits there. They're still making the Allen size in 1972-73. Champion 3. Challenger Mark 4. Mark 4, yeah, because that's a V in the one in front. So you take the 1 from the 5, so that's a 4. Mayfield. Good old makes. Long gone now. Yeah, interesting stuff. More old lawnmowers, which were new at the time. There's a Hayter Harrier, look. Hayter Harrier. You could buy one of those, a 19-inch one, £89. There's the Hayter 26. That was like a really heavy duty mower with the Villiers Mark 25. £232. That's quite a lot. Yeah, these are expensive bits of equipment. Now you see them rusting in gardens now. There's not many of them left, are there? So that was that. And what else? I've got something else I wanted to show you here. This is I've marked up something in this, but this is 1951, I think, this one. As a lot of you know, I like hydraulic ram pumps. So this is the Green and Carter Limited. They're based down near Taunton. Still going strong actually, which is good to know. A hydraulic ram pump. I actually had a similar model to that, but it was so big and heavy I actually sold it. It was a bit on the big side. When I moved, I couldn't really take it with me. Big old heavy duty things. Doesn't really give the prices on those. It's price on application when you find out. But yeah, they're still making those down in Taunton. They're very expensive though, but they do literally last forever. We've got a Lister powered water pump there. Looks like a Lister AV diesel Lister there. Yes, that's interesting. What else have we got? That's a 1956 one. And there's a 1964 one here. I've marked up a few things I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, I looked at that little packer boat, which you can get afloat with the amazing pack boat. Holds 3 adults easily. And what do you need to power it if you don't want any oars to muck around with? You can get a British Seagull outboard motor. A lot of you know, if you see my videos, I do like the British Seagull. Got 4 of them myself. There's the classic British Seagull sign. The sailor with his swag bag and carrying his seagull barefooted with the seagull flying next to him. So that gives you a costing of them. The 40 minus, I got one of those. That would have been £33. 40 plus standard shaft, £38. I got both of those. Very nice machines. What else have we got here? Oh, Wrigley. I did have a few Wrigley trucks. I've sold mine now, they've all gone, but that's an electric Wrigley. The E600 range of battery electric trucks. I guess by 1964 they stopped making petrol ones, maybe, I'm not sure, but they were certainly making electric ones in 1969. What year was this one again? Is this? Yeah, 1964 they were making the electric Wrigleys. What else have we got? Oh yeah, just a few things on the sprayer. So like the early sprayers, a lot of them were brass or copper, I guess. The plastic was just coming in towards the end of the 60s. Then there's a plastic one. So transitioning from brass into plastic. Sheen. Yeah, so many interesting things in these old books. Amazing, amazing. Black and Decker. Super cement mixer. I like this cement mixer here. That's a hand operated cement mixer. You get some lad, excuse me, turning this handle here to mix the stuff. You can mix concrete, plaster, soil and poultry food as well. There's one with an electric, oh that's a petrol motor on that one. There's another little nippy one, the Barrow-Bix nippy, so you've got to kind of keep pushing that around with like little handles on it, whizzing it around. Makes 1/2 weight of mixed concrete in 2 minutes. Cool, that'd be good exercise, wouldn't it? If you work on one of those all day long, you soon get fit and healthy. And there's your classic kind of small site mixer, I guess. 4.3 model. That'll have a petrol engine in it. 4.3. Oh, it's got a Chap 4.3 now. What else have we got? I just showed to show. Oh yeah, more British. Oh, the Seagull. We looked at that already, haven't we? Have we done everything? Oh, we looked at everything in that book. I've got a couple of other things to show you. So that's that. Oops, better not drop them. So yeah, these old books are very interesting. They plot the prices and the changes in technology. Look at that one. Someone's got all the discounts written in there. 1955. But a couple of these red ones, the early ones, the guy that sold them to me, I got them for like a few quid each. They came from, I bought these in 2003. They come from this place called Birtswith Hall. The hall is located just 4 miles northwest of Harrogate, so it's up in Yorkshire. And that was owned by the Sir Cecil William Ackroyd, born in 1905. He even sent me like a little picture of the estate, the main nucleus of the estate. So it's a big old estate up in Yorkshire. It's obviously broken up now, and that's where these books came from. Really nice. Nice price. Yeah, I like these old things. Yeah, good stuff. Anyway, I thought I'd just show you guys that. I think that's it for now. Yeah, that's it. That'll do for now, won't it? Hope you're all having a nice Easter, and over and out for now. Bye.